Information rights. So say you're a startup company and you get people to invest in you based off of plans you present to them. They're going to want to see how you're coming along compared to the plans that you've presented. What information rights do for an investor is they assure the investor that they will get a flow of information from the company. And typically, this is just the financials of the company. And sometimes it's some other metrics from the company, regular reports from the management team of the company. For all investors who are serious financial investors, they will demand information rights, at least if they own, say, more than a couple of % of the company, or they've put in more than a couple of $1 million into the company, either one. And information rights, therefore, are very customary to give to the leading investors or the leading shareholders on the cap table of a company. Information rights are not customarily given to every person on the cap table, even though, as a best practice, most startup CEOs will be sharing information continuously with all their shareholders. Information rights are normally granted in a term sheet, but then the information is then presented to shareholders on a monthly or quarterly basis. Say you're raising a Series A round, and the Series A investors are particularly protective and secretive. They may restrict the information flowing from the company to only a few people that have, say, an ownership position of, say, 3%, maybe 5%. If you have a lot of angel investors on your cap table that have supported you earlier on in your business, you may not be quite as free-flowing with your information to some of those earlier investors, depending upon the wishes of your lead investors. Our advice is to tell your shareholders lots about your company and keep them engaged. VC Lingo. Lingo.